First, thank you for being here. I can't thank you enough, but I really want to thank Cindy and Don Porch for putting this together for us, for Shelley. It's awesome. Thank you, Donnie. Thank you, Cindy. Let's give them a hand, because I really, life is tough enough, but without good friends, it's a really hard trip. I was supposed to introduce Shelley. I'm going to let her tell you about her. I'm going to tell you only that she's been a joy to be a child. I watched her grow up and be a fabulous woman. And she has exceeded every expectation I ever had for her. Shelley, tell them about yourself.
Hi. I just want to thank Don and Cindy for having me. Could I find y'all? Thank you so much. This is such a gift, and I really appreciate it. And thank all of you thank you. I want to thank all of y'all for coming. And I want to tell you about myself. Number one, I am not a politician. I'm a problem solver, and we have problems to solve. The radical left has invaded Washington, D.C., Harris County, and the city of Houston, and it's time to fight back. It's time to fight back. You see, this is my home. I was born and raised here. I went to Hunters Creek Elementary, Spring Ranch Middle School, Memorial High School, University of Texas, University of Houston Law School. My husband Newt and I have been married 30 years, and we've raised our 4 kids here. We've lived in Briar Grove. We've lived in Piney Point. I've practiced law here. And I've been an 18-year precinct chair right here in Piney Point Village. Let me tell you what that means. That means I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, set up all those machines that you vote on, run the election all day long, and then drop off the results at the end of the day. It's a long day. It's thankless work. I'm honored to do it because I love my country. I love my state. I love where I live, and I love my home. I love it here. And this is where we have our small operating business right here in 133. And what I can tell you is Houston is awesome. I love living here. Except maybe in August, but we'll just leave that alone. I love living here. I mean, we have the best restaurants. We have the best weather in January and February of anyone else. We have the greatest people. We have the greatest medical center. We have an amazing port. We have amazing industry, and we have awesome people. And it was built by all of you. This culture, this society that we love was built by every single person here. Your industry, your grit, your hard work, your determination, the businesses you built, the cases you tried, the people you treated. Houston is a city that asks one question and one question only. Where are you going? What are you going to do? And how are you going to contribute to this amazing place called Houston, right? We don't ask people, well, where have you been? We don't care. Where are you going? And what are you going to bring to our great city? And here's the problem. And I'm a problem solver, remember? It doesn't feel right. Don't y'all think? Does it feel right now? No, it doesn't feel right. Because, and we all know it, so can we just say it out loud? The 2018 blue wave created a tsunami of bad ideas, and it changed our city. It did. How? Crime. Let's talk about crime, right? I mean, in the smallest sense, we're afraid to drive down the street at night, and we just go past our own house if someone's behind us because we worry that they're following us. And we go down the street, and if they turn off, we turn back and go home. We didn't do that 5 years ago. We've had almost 160 people murdered in the street by people out on bonds. One guy, 67 bonds, murdered a woman outside of Walgreens. We don't recognize that. And then we read in the paper that we're rivaling Chicago in murders? What? That's not our home. And then we read that we're the #1 city for sex trafficking in the entire nation, that 80,000 minors are sex slaves in Texas. What? That's not where we're from. We are so much better than this. We are so much better than this. This illegal immigration that's bringing these cartels and crime rings and sex traffickers and bad guys and horrible ideas into our city have got to go. And when I'm elected, the first thing I'm going to do is work on a comprehensive crime package. Let's kick this crime out. Done. Get it out of here. The other problem we have is in our schools. The basic stuff is in this election. Crime, schools, critical race theory is a Trojan horse for these radical socialist ideas that America is somehow not a great place. America is a great place. It's the greatest place on earth. And it's time to be proud to say it, and to say the Pledge of Allegiance, and to get tears in your eyes during the national anthem. That's what we grew up with. That's what we want. That's what we believe. And we're not going to let some radical socialist tell us in our schools that America isn't great. No more. And parents need school choice. That's the way we do it, by giving the power back to the parents. Our businesses that we work so hard to create are getting stifled by inflation. It's hard to get workers. It's hard to get supplies. Prices are going up everywhere. And businesses are getting strangled. So what do? We've got to take the handcuffs off our business, lower regulations, and let this economy drive. Texas knows how to do it. We are industrious people. We can do it. This is Texas. We can do anything. And number one thing we got to do is get rid of thinking green energy is a foreseeable, future, reliable fuel. Green energy is over its skis. We need fossil fuels. We need reliable energy, because with reliable energy, we will grow our economy. And with reliable energy, more people will be pulled out of poverty. That's just the truth. We grow and we drive. Because let me tell y'all something. You think this $6 trillion of COVID debt that we just passed, you think we're going to tax our way out of it? No chance. We got to grow. Texas knows how to grow. Take the handcuffs off us, kick out these radical socialists, and let's do it. We can do it all together. And then, of course, they're coming after our freedoms, our First Amendment freedoms. You see, I'm a constitutional conservative. Let me tell you what that means. That means in 2022, our Constitution is sacred, and we need to stand and defend her. And right now, the amendments we're focused on, like a laser, is number 1, number 2, and number 10. The First Amendment freedom of religion, speech, press, assembly. Don't cancel my culture. Don't close my church. Don't tell me I can't work, even though I'm great, because I don't have the right political idea. Pick the best candidate, not the person with your social views. That's the First Amendment. The Second Amendment, okay? We have to have the tools we need to defend our families. The Second Amendment is short. It's really easy. You've got to be defended. It's not complicated. I am totally in favor of the Second Amendment. And then the 10th, that's states' rights. Every right that is not specifically enumerated in the United States Constitution belongs to the states. The states are the incubators of great ideas. We don't need mandates. We don't need lockdowns. We don't need vaccine mandates. We're smart people. We'll make good choices for ourselves. The federal government doesn't need to tell us what medicines we can take and whether our 3-year-old needs to be wearing a mask. We can do that. And these radical socialists don't trust us because they want to control us, because they don't trust us to think for ourselves, because they know when we're thinking for ourselves, we're sure as heck not thinking like they do, right? I have looked these radical socialists in the eye. Now, some of you know my story. In 2020, in August, I was at the Republican National Convention. I was walking home with my friend and Rand and Kelly Paul. We were surrounded in the street by paid radical agitators. For 17 minutes, no one at my back, but a bunch of people screaming they were going to kill me, spitting on me, cursing at me, throwing mulch from the landscape all over us. It was very tense, and it was very scary. And I knew in that moment, if I'm going to die here in the street, I'm going to die praying. So I started to chant the Lord's Prayer over and over and over. And this incredible peace just came over me. And in that moment, a policeman, when they came to rescue us, grabbed my hand. And when he did, I just knew. I knew we were going to heal. I knew we were going to be okay. I knew America might be going through some tough times, but we were going to make it because we're America and because we're great and because we're awesome. And so will Houston because it's great and it's awesome. And we're true grit kind of people down here. So I ask you this question. And everyone search your soul, because I know where I am on this. And it's why I'm standing here running for this office. Do you want to quit or do you want to fight? Search your soul. Do you want to quit or do you want to fight? And I know what the answer is. Because I'm a Houstonian, just like all of you, and we're going to fight. Because let me tell you something. Travis County rolled over, and Dallas County rolled over. But I have walked over 2,000 houses running for this race, and I have met thousands of people in Harris County. And what I can tell you is this. Watch out, George Soros, because Harris County is not rolling over. Not now, not never, not ever. The comeback starts here, right now. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We will provide a better future for our children and our grandchildren, like the good future that was provided to us. I want our 4 kids to come home to Houston after college and start businesses and bring those grandbabies close to me whenever they come. I want Houston to be a great place to buy a house and have kids and raise a family where we can give our kids and our grandkids the same future that we were given. That's what this is about. And that's why we're fighting. And that's why I'm running. And so, we want to give our kids and grandkids a better future. In other words, podemos dar un futuro mejor a nuestros hijos y las generaciones que vienen. We can give our kids and our grandkids a better life because we're Texas. So we're in a cultural war, everybody, and here's what we've got. Here's how we win. You ready? This is how we win in this cultural war. We don't win with smart bombs. We don't win with drones. Let me tell you what our tools are: a pen, a paper, a voice, and a vote. I am a native Texan. I am a new voice. I've got the voice. Now I need your vote, each and every one of you. And this is going to be a tough one. I need each of you to vote, and I need each of you to take 10, 20, 30, 40 friends, all your friends to go vote. Vote for me, and I will fight for you, and I will tell you what's going on. Always and in everything. And we will just open the door for the great Houston comeback and give our kids and our grandkids the life that we had, a better life where we know we can succeed. So let's do it. Let's go. Thank you.